What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the El Pearly YouTube channel. We are going to have a review today, not a fragrance review, actually, but rather a cider review. Today we have Angry Orchard Hard Cider, basically the cider that everyone else has drank. I felt it would be appropriate to start with, like I said, the cider that everyone else has drank. But I'll sort of get into my reasoning behind this series before I get into the actual review, just because of that reason. So cider, shout out to hard cider, right? Hard cider is basically my favorite type of alcohol. I'm not really huge on beer, that type of stuff. Don't mind bourbon and shit. Shout out to bourbon. My buddy's got me into a lot of bourbons and stuff after working at a steakhouse for a bit. So I did kind of pick that up as sort of an interest. But I love me some hard cider, man. My arteries are probably gonna regret it in 20 years. But so I'm always trying new flavors, new types of ciders, that type of stuff. I kind of like to catalog it like I do with my cologne. And I couldn't really help but notice there's not really like a dedicated review series or anything like that for hard cider on YouTube. There's not like a lot of great resources and stuff like that. So I just figured that I could try and do that, catalog kind of my experience with new drinks and stuff for myself and for my audience. And also because I think the concept of just reviewing alcohol like you would review a bottle of cologne or a fast food fragrance, I think that shit's low-key funny. So I think we're all getting something out of this. So basically, this is a catalog for my own alcoholic purposes and the other alcoholics out there to find drinks they might like. But getting into the review, I'll go ahead and pop this baby right here. Got my little bottle opener. Getting into the review, Angry Orchard. Everybody's drank an Angry Orchard, right? Super sweet, super I don't want to say fresh, but very fruity. You know, this shit is basically just apple juice, right? Basically just apple juice. Can't really taste the alcohol at all, as is the case with hard cider in general. You know, you're not gonna taste the alcohol as much. Well, I mean, you don't really taste the alcohol in beer and stuff too. It's just that beer just tastes like corn or like rice, man. And why would you ever drink something that tastes like corn or like rice when you could drink something that tastes like apple juice and you're gonna get twisted too, you know? But yeah, Angry Orchard. It's your average everyday cider. Pretty much you're gonna see it everywhere they serve alcohol. They're gonna sell Angry Orchard. A lot of high-end restaurants, they only carry Angry Orchard just because there's not really an audience for cider at the moment. I could kind of see it kind of taking off in the future, but just from having talked to like management and stuff when I've been in jobs, a lot of people don't really carry cider because nobody drinks it, and it's cider. Well, I guess I think the big reason is just that the audience isn't there for it. I was gonna say I don't think being like a little bit stickier, maybe spoiling a little bit easier would have a lot to do with it. Maybe for some of the ciders that don't have nitrites in them, because Angry Orchard has nitrites in it. Nobody really notices unless you're a snob. That's basically gonna give the beer. It's gonna give it a way longer shelf life, but it's gonna leave like a minor taste on the drink, like a tiny bit of like a sulfury taste, or like a sulfury smell ish, and like a little bit of taste. It's not that bad, but Angry Orchard. Everybody's had if you're of drinking age, you've had an Angry Orchard like at least once, you know. Had an Angry Orchard at least once. Price isn't terrible. I think they're up to like $11 or $12 now, which I swear to God, that shit was like $9 a couple years ago. But inflation is a thing. Moving on past that, not a terrible price. Kind of it's all right, you know. I believe Cider Boys. Cider Boys is what I've started drinking a lot more often than Angry Orchard, just because they're gonna run you a similar price, but I feel like their product is a lot better, and they have a lot more different flavors and stuff. Angry Orchard's different flavors are not that good. Most of the time, Angry Orchard's different flavors just taste like it tastes like they just got an Angry Orchard and then poured some shit into it. It doesn't actually really taste a lot different to regular Angry Orchard to me. Yeah, overall, I'm not super. I don't generally find myself super impressed with Angry Orchard's flankers, their side flavors, if you will. I did really like their unfiltered that they had for a bit, but I don't think they were that good. I think I just wasn't like cultured, and I don't even think they sell them anymore. So, L Angry Orchard. But yeah, Angry Orchard. I'll still order them. You know, if I'm out with friends and I want something to drink. If I want some alcoholic apple juice, adult apple juice is basically what I think of it as. I've kind of branched out into more dry ciders over time, you know, other sweet ciders and stuff. There's a really good cider house. Shout out to Wise Bird Cider House out of Lexington, Kentucky. They have a lot of really good bottles of cider. I don't think they sell it anymore. I checked their drink list before I made this video. But they had it was like a bourbon barrel aged, like dry cider, and it almost tasted like white wine, and it was really good. But I don't think they sell it anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I do like dry ciders. I think a little bit more than sweet ciders. They're kind of harder to find, and some of them are terrible, but a lot of them are really good. So I haven't tried out as many sweet ciders as I've liked. I've tried out a few, but, you know, I've forgotten about a lot of them because of the alcohol. So I'll try to get some more reviews of those at some point. I do really like Woodchuck's Amber Cider. It's basically like a different take on the Angry Orchard type cider, that very sweet type cider, but different ingredients. I think it does still have nitrites in it, which isn't a big deal. That's just kind of... I think most brands have them, but, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Ciders taste pretty pleasant anyways, so it's not really a big deal to have that little bit of taste difference in there. But yeah, Angry Orchard, solid cider. Everyone's drank one of these if you're not a child. But yeah, that pretty much covers it for today. I figured I would have the little intro to kind of let you guys know what's going on with the cider review. We'll probably do some more of these. Obviously, probably won't put them out as much of them as the fragrance reviews, just to you know, not supersize me. We're not gonna supersize me, but with apple cider, so nothing like that. But yeah. Let me know if you guys enjoy this. Leave a comment if you liked it. If you didn't like it, leave a comment. Tell me you hated it. Tell me you don't want to see it. Let me know. That's about it. Thanks for watching, guys.